Well, hello there, folks. And we're reviewing something what makes us feel like we're watching Saturday morning TV. It's we are going to be discussing the Banana Splits, but not the TV series, the movie, which was only a few years old. And I've got to say this, kiddies out there, it's not for youngsters.
No.
No, 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 no. It's an 18 rated. It's a horror. It's a horror comedy. So but based on the characters from the Saturday morning TV show, Fleagle, um, was it Bingo, Snorky, and
Huh.
Drooper, the four
Yeah.
main characters from that.
And apparently uh I didn't know if it was a real show. Was it a real show in the 60s?
What the Banana Splits? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They used to have all the comedy elements like that, but then they had interwove it with cartoons. You know, the Arabian Nights and the Three Musketeers and stuff like that.
Oh,
So, so you haven't dreamt it in the '60s. It was definitely there.
hmm.
'60s, early '70s. So but we'll go over to Susan now. We have opening thoughts on the Banana Splits movie. Over to you, Susan.
Okay. Well, the reality is I didn't know that this was a real telly show, and this was just a really it was a fun horror story. I was like I got a lot of like Sarah Jane Adventure feels, a lot of you know Sid and Marty Krofft feels. I mean, like there was lots of that, and I really enjoyed those kinds of things back in the day. But I didn't know that in the 60s and 70s there was actually a show called The Banana Splits.
Uh,
And
cre- Created by Hanna Barbera.
oh, created by Hanna-Barbera. So like that's they were directly in competition with Sid and Marty Krofft. So I guess that's where this came from. What is really interesting is that apparently, uh, according to this movie, it never got canceled, and then it was down to a woman, Danny Kind's character, Beth, who I'm just going to call from now on Molly Ringwald Light, because that's really who she reminds me so much of. Like facial expressions, and the way the decisions she makes as an actress. So Molly Ringwald, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. And then her husband screwing around, and then there were another couple there to see the show, and that was Poppy and what was the guy's name? Thad. And Thad asked Poppy to marry him, and so that was really sweet, and that was really fun. And then all hell breaks loose. Oh my gosh. They sawed the man in half uh, just after he got engaged. It's not fair.
Life isn't fair.
Yeah. These robots, these animatronics, apparently they were trying to be fixed by somebody, a guy played by Lionel Newton, a guy named Carl. He was trying to fix these errant robots. See, this is what I mean. This is why you need Asimov's three laws of robotics. if you don't put in the 3 laws of robotics, you're going to get robots that go bonkers and kill people.
Mm.
Just put it down to reality. You need 3 laws of robotics. You need them. Because, I mean, we can live in grace, but there's like, in terms of robots, they just need boundaries. They need lots and lots of boundaries. And those 3 laws would give them, uh, a significant place of boundary. Anyway, it was fun to do. There was, and what was his name? No, Stevie was the other character on the show, and Stevie got the brunt of all of the jokes. You could tell Stevie was not making the kind of money that a real actor should be making, and so he was kind of in a bad place. And his name was actually Stevie because uh they didn't change the names. So
Mm.
so that's the difference between what's real, and then these other shows which you have this sort of childhood thing like a Barney or whatever, and then the kids all get new names when they get on the show. They're playing a character, not too much different from themselves, but they all get a new name, and that helps. That helps in the long run because you won't get killed if you're playing a character with a character's name. You don't ever get killed. You just get run off the show. It's true. And then if you use your own name, you always get killed in the reality TV world. Or you get flushed down the toilet, or you get zapped in an outer space weakest link or whatever. If you're using your name, shit could go really wrong. Telling you the truth. And this time it went bad. And then there was uh Poppy, who was the Thad's fiance, and she kind of makes a little turn in this. I mean, she has quite a person character arc there. She starts off being okay, but then by the end she's just nuts. Running around with the new character's head on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running people over with their little cart, with all the dead bodies in the back. That's right. That's the way it is. Alex just was like, you got to see this. I mean, that's what happens. There's always somebody at the end riding around in the car with all the dead bodies in the back. And I just don't know these things. I mean, oh my gosh, I just don't know these things. And I didn't know about the TV show, the movie, the anything. This is all amazing. And it turns out Molly Ringwald Light is just really badass. And like the character she played, Beth, is a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband cheats on her. It just goes. And uh, kids get into trouble. She comes and, stands beside them. Kids are in danger. She becomes Mama Bear, and she just, yeah, that was, or Mama Cocaine Bear, whatever you think. But that's from another one of those weird movies that we've watched this past month of weird movies watching. And there are some doozies. Oh my gosh, we watched some doozies, and this one is a doozy. That song gets stuck in your head, all this stupid earworms, and like I don't know. It was great. It was a good movie. What would you throw? Is your go? Go,
Well,
Lee, go.
when I first heard of, because this is a couple of years old now, this movie, when I first heard they were doing a Banana Splits movie, I thought, oh, great. I mean, because the TV show only lasted from about 1968 to 1970, but it had gone into syndication. So, us being in the UK, we got it in the mid 70s onwards. And it was a great TV show for kids, having four guys dressed as animals, singing, playing instruments, comedy, slapstick comedy, interwoven with cartoons for a Saturday morning. Um, Great. But then when I read the thing about it, the Blanna Spitz movie, what they're making, is going to be quite gory and horrific. They're just going to turn it on its head. It's not going to be anything like the TV show.
So you were like, that's the show for me.
Well, I thought, well, you're just ruining old childhood memories,
Oh, okay. Oh,
you know. And then when I watched it, I thought, yeah, okay, you can just put the TV series to that side and the movie to that side. There's nothing in common apart from the characters. I mean, in the TV show, it was never known as robots or anything like that. You know, but I like the idea. These crazy robots wanting to keep the show. The show must go on once the TV company had pulled the plug on the show. Um, and the only way to do it is kill all the adults in the studio and
trap
kidnap
all
all
the
the
children.
kill all the kidnap all the kids and force them to watch their makeshift show in the sewers. So robot sense, of course. Um, yeah, yeah, totally different to the show. I mean, they've got the characters of the each character down to a T. Drooper the lion and Snorky the elephant. Fleagle, the voice of Fleagle is just like it was back in the TV show. But yeah, a great campy horror fest because it is gory. As Susan said, that one character is put in a magician's box and sawn in half, literally, uh,
Literally.
literally, yeah, guts and all. You've got, and it's just a movie of survival against these four characters who've just gone nuts. These characters what are beloved by these children, especially one of the children who just doesn't. He lives and breathes the banana splits.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Hardly.
it's a great take on a children's classic TV show, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I do love horror movies. I do love kids stuff. So to mix it up, it's great fun.
Yes, it was fun.
But I
You
do
know,
recommend Susan, if you ever have some spare time, go on YouTube and look up the original Banana Splits. You'll be tra la la all day long.
oh, you think so? Oh boy.
One banana, two banana, three banana, four, five banana, six banana, six banana, more. No, anyway.
Huh.
Oh yeah,
That's a yeah, that was so that song was in there in the movie.
yeah. Well, that was the theme tune to the TV series. So, but yeah, great. I enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, okay, yeah. There's no well-known actors. It's a sort of a low-budget movie.
But they did have someone who looked like Molly Ringwald. I mean, she really I was like, that's gotta be Molly Ringwald. And then I went in and looked at it and then no, and then
No,
I
that was
went back and then I was like, oh my gosh, it just isn't her.
no. So yeah. Any moments for you then? What you like or dislike?
Oh, the riding around in that little dune buggy that was like that was actually a a car from another show that was going on in the 60s, and it was like the Dune Buggy show or something, whatever.
Well, so in the original TV show, they did have a boogie as well.
Okay, so crossover, that was cool. And then there was and I liked it when I liked it in the basement where they were having to fight them off with a crowbar, and what was the other one, like an axe or something, and they tried really hard to fight them off. And I think it was Poppy and Harley and Beth and Zoe. That was cool. And like the other thing that was when they um I like how they kind of started slow and then built up to the point where they were at the point sawing Poppy's fiance in
Yeah.
half. I mean, like that was the actual like grossest part in the whole thing. There were some really gross parts, but that was pretty gross though, because you know in half, and then all the all of his innards were coming out.
Ta-da!
But, yeah,
I mean, I did like the where they made the producer of the show and one of the kids' fathers go through the game show part of the show.
yeah,
But they'd already broken her hand. He'd had his face bent off.
uh-huh.
Uh, you know, they made him run the course of this game.
The sloppy part, or the slide, what was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the plastic balls, and you've got to jump for the key, and you know, where's the key? Here it is, right in the guy's back.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
but yeah, but it kept the element of fun. The element of fun was there,
Yeah,
but
it
then at the
was.
end, of it, she got an axe in the head.
Yeah,
But then you go into the basement or whatever, and you found all the
all
kids'
the adult.
parents, all all the kids' parents piled up dead.
Oh my God, there's so many of them too. I mean, it was like 3 layers deep, and there's so many people in there.
I mean, if they made this before the TV series, it would put you off watching the TV series. I'm glad the TV series was made back then and was fun to watch, but this was fun to watch as well, but very very gory.
Yep, it
Uh,
really was.
it was, yeah, and I don't know how they got the character, because it is Hanna Barbera, owns the characters. How on earth this company got them to say yes, we'll do, yeah, of course you can use the banana splits.
Yeah,
So, because you know what companies are like with copyrights and using this and using that.
and the fear of always like, oh, they're ruining my childhood. You
Oh,
know,
my childhood was ruined years ago. But
yeah. I don't agree. I don't think that anything really ruins your childhood. If you've got good memories, then that's what they are. You got good memories.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't have
People,
to, you
it's no,
know.
no. It's people try to ruin your childhood by dissing this and dissing that. But no, if you, as you say, if you've got great memories, fond memories of what gone before, just keep them alive.
Yeah,
Don't listen to what people say about, oh, no, you shouldn't be watching that. Oh, why did you watch that? That was a load of rubbish. No, a load of bollocks.
I know, it's true.
Yeah, yeah. Your children's your own. Make of it what you will.
And the other thing is I liked was it bingo up on the rafters, up on the flies? That was like something that you always, as a kid you always wanted to go up there and play around up there. And sure enough, that's where that was. And then the other one was when they were going around to all the other little parts of the other parts of the set that they weren't like allowed to go on.
Yeah,
And there were four big complete sets there.
there was. Yeah, Fleagle's magic shop or whatever it was, and
The
Bing.
jungle for bingo, and then Snorky, or the jungle for Snorky, or something like that. And then
It's a great
yeah,
fun movie. I mean, I don't think many people know about this movie because it wasn't for released theatrically like these big budget movies. So, but that's what I like to give these sort of movies. Give them a chance, watch them,
I
and
know. And
drag,
boy, this
drag,
one's strange.
drag Susan into my weird world of.
No, I was dragged just like one of those kids' parents, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Anything else you want to say about the Banana Splits movie?
You could tell stuff was gonna go wrong when they almost ran over the kid first thing.
Yeah, yeah. But there again, the kid shouldn't have run out and just stood there.
That's not what you tell a kid.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like these robots almost ran him over right to begin with, and that would have started off the whole thing rather gruesome.
But then his favourite Snorky sort of saved him.
Yeah, he did.
The Snorky dance, and they gave him the keys,
Yeah,
beat Bingo up.
yeah.
So
Snorky was his was, and here I am thinking that I made up that word from snore and snarky. I thought I'd put these two words together
no,
and engineered my own word, only to find out that this had been in existence in the 60s.
where was you in the '60s, Susan?
It was
what what does that mean?
I don't know. Just never mind.
No.
Uh, but the reality is like, I think that there's a lot of you know empowering bits to this. I mean, like the girl whose parents were trying to get her discovered,
Mm.
or her father was trying to get her discovered, only to have his face melted, like you were saying. But she was like, you know, at the end, she was one of the ones that was saved. And I just it was like all those horror stories of child actors that you used to hear about, like, oh, this one and this one and this one. Their parents never let up, and they had to go try out for everything. And yeah, that was so I noticed about that one. And then there was like yeah, that was Parker, and her mom was there, and uh yeah, her
Yeah, but
father was there too.
just think of all the parents they did kill and pile up in that heap of bodies. All those kids are orphans after
Yeah,
that
and
movie.
they're all like And they're all like called Scared Kid in
Yeah.
the credits. So yeah, of course. They're scared and their parents are dead. That's just the way it goes.
Mm. Um,
On
but yeah, fun movie for me. So shall we see what Susan thinks?
Banana Splits.
Shall we see what her score will be? The final say.
I think that this is just a wackadoodle piece of filmmaking. It's so fun. It's crazy. It's really, really gory. And it's really, really got some earworms. And I didn't know that it was a real show. And so I don't know. There's like a lot of stuff that I didn't know when I first went into this. And is it bad? Is it a bad movie? It wasn't super popular. I didn't hear about it at all, but
No.
it's not. It is a bit bad, so it could be so bad it's good, but it's also a bit good, so it could be so good it's bad. I don't know. Shit. I guess I'll give it. I guess I'll give it an 8. 8 magician's boxes out of 10 because I that scene will stay with me because that's the way I always thought that these things ended. I always thought that once you saw the person in half in the magician's box, that they would that their guts would fall out, that they would be in half. I mean, that's what I really thought, and like to see it for real, like that was excellent. It was very good, and so 8.5 of those magicians boxes out of 10.
Well,
And what about you, Lee?
I enjoyed it. It was good memories of memories from my childhood. But then it's you grow up to become a adult, and this is the adult version, shall we say? Banana Splits.
Honestly,
I'm going to give it 10 tra-la-las out of 10.
and that's what you were singing when we started the Zoom.
Yeah, tra-la-las. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's gory. It's camp. It's fun.
Yeah,
So you guys out there, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's freely available these days. DVD, streaming sites. It's out there. Um,
it's only $2.99 on Amazon to rent.
oh, is it now?
Yeah,
Yeah. So if you'd like to join our little group here, please contact us.
you don't have to
Um,
kill anybody.
no,
We won't demand that you kill anybody to join us on our
we,
podcast,
we
but
will we will want you to sign the contract in blood
that's possible. Mhm.
and sell your soul. But yeah.
Two.
So if you want to contact us, you'll find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Insta. We're all over the place. If you're on subscribe to us on YouTube, make sure you press the bell notification button and you'll get notified every time we put up a video. Um, only thing is, if you want to be part of the group, you've got to be 18 plus, hence these sort of movies we watch 18 rated. You'll need either a laptop, PC, tablet, or mobile phone with a workable camera and microphone. That's all you need. Just get in touch, leave us a message, and we'll see what we can do. So, is that everything, Susan?
That's everything. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. I'm I'm off now to go and do the snorky dance.
La 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 la.
One banana, two banana, three banana, four. There you go. Seen
Stuck in
there
your
now.
head, it's an earworm.
So I like to educate these people. So until next time, guys, please be safe and stay away from the banana split.